So what's going on YouTube? My name is Ayush and welcome back to my YouTube channel The Intent Dev. So guys, as we have started our ReactJS project series, so in this series this is the second video for React projects. So we have started with this React Tic-Tac-Toe. So if you haven't watched this video or you haven't created this game React Tic-Tac-Toe, then you can go and build that game, and you can also look into this video, deploy React app to GitHub Pages. So you can kind of deploy your application on GitHub Pages. Like in this video we're gonna develop this amazing to-do list using React.js, and we will finally deploy this application to GitHub Pages. So here you can see the UI of that simple React to-do list that we're gonna implement with using React hooks. Like we will be using useState to manage the state of the application. So here you can see that if I enter anything here, like if I need to complete the assignment, so I can simply add here, or I can hit enter button so that it can be added to your to-do list. From here you are having the functionality of adding this task to the completed one. By clicking on that, you can uncomplete by clicking it again. So yes, you can manage the progress on your tasks. And another thing is to you can remove the task at any moment. Like I can remove this him why I'm How I Met Your Mother season 4 episode 8, so I'm gonna delete this. So yes guys, it can be deleted. So I can delete all the tasks, and here you can see a placeholder that no task has been added. So we will be creating this amazing application in this video. So watch this video till end, and you can simply build this kind of application, and you can also deploy this application by watching this video. So we can start with npx create react app command that will create our application. So for that I'm gonna jump onto my desktop. Here I'm gonna run the command npx create react app. I will name my application as React to-do list. Okay, so this command will build basically create our the folder structure and a kind of sample React application that we can start with developing our own application. So here I'm gonna hit enter, and it will simply create the application for me. So I'm gonna terminate this process, as I have already created this application React to-do list, and it is available at my desktop. Now we can jump onto the VS Code thing. So here in VS Code I have opened the same project React to-do list, and I just ran that npm start command so that my application can start on my local server. So here you can see that at npm localhost localhost 3000 port, the app is running absolutely fine. So here you can see the base structure of this application. So I'm just gonna open this app.js file. Okay, so we need to remove all the extra files that we don't need. I will not be using the service worker, I will not be using. Okay, so I need to remove this. I remove the service worker, and in the app.js file I'm not going to use this particular app.css. I will remove this thing as well, and here I can say I can remove the content, and I will simply write hello world. Okay, so here you can see that the hello world is visible on the application. As of now I don't need this class. Okay, and from here from the directory I can remove some of the classes like this app.css, these test classes, this logo and service worker, and this test class. I can remove this so that we can have a visual look on our project directory. So inside our project we are having only two commands. We are having only two files, that is index app.js and index.js, and another file is for css styling. Now here I can go and restart this application. so that I can check if everything is fine. Yeah, everything is fine here. So now we can we can simply jump on to the this kind of application. For that we will be having all the styling and all the functionality in this app.js file. I'm gonna minimize this terminal. Now for the styling purpose, we will not in waste, or we can say we invest our lot of time in styling. So for styling, you can go to my GitHub repository, React To-Do List. The link of this repository is below in the description box. So from here we can take the reference of the styling, that how we can implement the same styling. So if anytime you are you are stuck with the styling, you can go to this repository and check out the basically styling. So we can start developing the application. Okay, so here I'm gonna define a class name, that is app background. Okay, so I need to add this class inside our index.js file. So I'm just simply copying this command, this code snippet of CSS, which is saying that the displays flex, minimum height is 100 vh, and defining some background color and the alignment of the content. So I'm just simply gonna copy this, and I'm gonna paste this inside my index.css. Okay, so guys, here you can see that the background color has been changed, the text color has been changed, the minimum height has been achieved to 100 vh. So yes, our styling is kind of working fine. Now I need to add the heading, or we can say for this the header text our, that is React To-Do List. So I am just writing here React To-Do List. Okay, for this React To-Do List, I'm gonna define a class name, and this class name is kind of heading text. And at the last I'm gonna append an emoji, so that it can look somewhat cool. So here you can see the emoji is reflecting there. Now just need to pick that CSS for heading text. Okay, so heading text is here. So for heading text we are having some background color, we are having some border radius, and some text color. So I'll simply copy this CSS into my index.css file. So here you can see that the heading text is kind of similar to our application. Okay, so the next thing is we have added the background. We are having our heading text. Next thing, I want to create such container where we will be adding the notes. Okay, so for that I am gonna use a div. Okay, and inside this div, or we can say inside this div, we will be having another div for containing the input tag. Okay, and another thing is I will be having a button to add. This is the add button. Okay, so now we are having some kind of input box, we are having the add button. Okay, now we just need to add the styling. So for here this I'm gonna use a class name that is going to be the, we can say, task container. Okay, so we need to copy that class as well from here. Now let's see if it's gonna reflect or not. So I've added this task class. Okay, so now here we are having the task container, which is having some background color. like here you can see in the index.css, some background color, some text color, some kind of margin and padding is also there, and a border radius to like have this curved radius of the its border. Okay, now the thing is the styling of this input box. So I'm gonna add class name, that is text input. So again I will pick this class name from here, like I must have this class, that is text input. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this and I will add this inside my index.css file. Okay, so here you can see that your input field is kind of like adapting the styles of our components. And the next thing is about here you can see that add button styling is also there. So I will simply pick this up and I will add this inside my index.css file. And this is a similar kind of like simple styling, so I'm not gonna explain this. I will simply add here the class name, that is okay, add button, okay. So here you can see and have a look at the like add button and the input box. So it's kind of similar to our like final application. Now like this is the div for that particular input box and the button, and in the rest part we will be having the list. But as of now, like we will be adding a like kind of placeholder that will be saying that no task added. So for that I'm going to use a para tag, and here I'm going to define no task added. Okay, so here you can see that the text is here, and for that text we are having a defined class, so I can edit that here. That will make it like more visible. So for that no item text we are having this class. I'm gonna add this class inside my index.css. okay, so now it's kind of done. I can add another emoji that will like okay, so here you can see that the emoji is also there. Now we just need to work on our list item. So for that list item I'm gonna create another functional component, that is here function. I can define the list item. Okay, that will be receiving some kind of props. Okay, so inside this like list item we will be having like, if I can go here and add an item, like I'm adding an item that I need to complete. Okay, so here you can see that we are having a text box, or we can say a kind of text and an image. So for that, like I'm going to create the list item. Okay, so for the list item I will be returning a simple div. Okay, so this is our list item. I can use it here. Let me indent this properly. Okay, now our list is here. I'm gonna add this span tag. Inside this span I'm gonna have my like list item, and the other thing is like an image that will be containing the like kind of the delete icon. So for that delete icon, like I have downloaded an icon from this like flat icons website. You can find the link of this particular website in the description box. or you can simply search flat icon, and I have searched the icon for trash, so I'm just gonna copy that icon. Or you can simply use the icon from my GitHub repository. Okay, so I'm having like the trash icon inside like my download folder, so I'm gonna copy that like trash icon here. Okay, so it's here. Now I can simply use this trash icon inside like my application, so I'm going to like simply import this icon, import trash icon. Okay, we need to add this as trash icon from trash.svg. Okay, so this trash icon I'm gonna use as the source of our image tag, so that it can be like visible inside our list item. Okay, so I'm gonna use this list item in place of, or at the moment we can use this as simply this list item. I'm gonna refresh my page. Okay, so now like my list item is kind of visible here, and we just need to like add some more styling to our list item. So here like inside our index.css I have already defined the styling for this particular delete icon and the list item. So I'm going to copy this and add this to our like index.css file again, and let me use this like list item for this our the div of this list item. Okay, so let's see if it's kind of there is any change or not. Okay, so the index.css was not saved. Okay, so I just need to add the styling to our like this image, your image tag. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so now the size of this like particular image has been updated to this CSS, that is 26 pixel. So now it's looking kind of fine. Now I just need to like define the like justify the content. I will justify the content with the property space between. So for that like we are having kind of some common CSSs. So here like I'm having a row, column, and justify content space between. I'm gonna copy this and I will add this in our CSS file again. For this like uses I will be using row and JC space between, that is justifying the content with a space between property. Okay, so boom guys, here you can see that we have kind of achieved the list item here. Now we need to like, now it's kind of done with the UI part. Like if I compare with our application, okay, so the footer is not there. I can add this footer here, that is below this division. Okay, so now here I am having my name or my channel name. You can add your name inside your project, that will like simply reflect that you have developed this project or kind of stuff. And for this like footer text I am having some kind of CSS. I'll be using this. Okay, I will simply again add this CSS to our like index.css file, and the CSS is reflecting absolutely fine. Now I think like we are done with the UI part. Now we need to play around with the state, or we can say the React hooks. Okay, so for defining the like React hooks, or using this using the React hooks for defining the state, I'm gonna use like a variable to hold like simply we will be holding this input data. like that I'm gonna enter here. Okay, so for this I'm gonna have React's useState. Okay, so useState has been imported, or we can say destructured, from this React dependency, and I will initiate or initialize my like input box with this like empty string, and I will name my input as like, I can say here that it is my task input, and the method to update this task input would be update task input simply. Okay, so now I have the state for this input, so I will simply use this state as the value of this input tag. Value is equals to task input. Okay, and for the on change method, like whenever I will be like typing in this input box, I will be getting the callback on this method. For that I'm gonna call this update task input. Like I need to close this like directory structure. Here you can see that I'm like while the input has been changing inside this input box, we need to like update our task input variable using this method, that is use task input. So I need to like I can update it. So I will be receiving an event, and I will be extracting the value from that event using event dot target dot value. Okay, so now let's see that if it's kind of working or not. That I will change this like change the data inside this input box, and whole data will be like reflecting inside our state. So let's see. So I'm gonna write my name here. Okay, so it's kind of changing, but I need to check that it's kind of like reflecting in our state or not. So for that, like I'm using the Chrome extension, that is a React Dev Tools, that will simply reflect the state of my application. So as of now you can see that in terms of hooks we are having a state that is currently having the value Ayush. I can simply update it to my full name, or I can say update it to my channel name, so the state is being constantly updated. So I think our work with this like kind of use state is working absolutely fine. So we are done with this input tag. Now we need to maintain the listing. For that I'm again defining the state. I will use this use state again, and I will initialize my list with an empty array. So with this empty array, initially our list will be empty, and after that we can add the like I am defining here as ToDo List. Okay, so we are having the variable name as ToDo List. The method to update this is update ToDo List. Okay, so now we are having the list. Now we can play around with the like conditional rendering. So for that I'm gonna write here as if ToDo List is having some length, then only we need to show this list item, else we will be showing that we are not having any like task added. Okay, so let's see if this kind of functional rendering is working or not. Yeah, so here you can see that there is no list item as of now. The ToDo List has been initialized with an empty array, so at the time like we are not having any length of this particular array, so the length is 0. That's why this like para tag is being rendered. Okay, so now we need to like simply add the text inside our ToDo List. Like some text I need to add inside this list once I click on this add button. For that, like I'm gonna add the on click event listener with this like add button feature. Before that I'm gonna define a function, like I'm defining a method as add node. Okay, so here inside this add node I'll be calling add node method. So once user click on this add node button, I'll be getting the callback on this method, and in this method I'm gonna check, or we can say in this method I'm gonna push some kind of data, like I need to add the description. So I will push an object with key description, and inside this description I will be having the input that I have stored inside this task input. Okay, so now to-do list has been updated, but to update this to-do list inside of a state, I need to use that exact method, that is update to-do list. Okay, so now we can check if it's working or not. Like I'm writing here my name, I'm gonna click on add, and let's see if something happened or not. So again inside this console, I can see here that I'm having a state named as Ayush, that is the state for my input box, and I'm having another state. Okay, so the data is here, the description I use, that is task input is added to our state, that is to-do list. Now I just need to update our task input to empty string. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so once it's done, it's kind of I'm adding any item. You can see here that the conditional rendering is kind of working absolutely fine. But for this, instead of showing a single list item, we will be rendering multiple list items depending on the size of our to-do list. So here I'm gonna write to-do list dot map. We will map around the method, or we can say we will map around the to-do list. Here we will be receiving the to-do object and the index of this particular object. Okay, so I'll simply return this list item here. Now I need to refresh this. If I will add any data, you can see that the exact amount of list item will be there. Okay, so this thing conditional rendering and rendering of multiple list items depending on the size of this to-do list is working absolutely fine. I can keep some more space. Okay, so that you guys can see the exact picture of this list item. So for that list item, we need to if I go into the terminal, we can have multiple errors, or we can say multiple warnings. We will resolve all the warnings here, but before that I need to provide some of the index, some of the props. Here I will be defining the index exact same. Okay, and in terms of the data for this particular list item, I am defining a property, that item data, and I will pass this to-do object inside this item data. Okay, so let's go inside this list item. Here we are, and I just need to show the exact string that I'm receiving from the props, that is kind of item data, and inside that item data we will be having the description. Okay, so let's see if it's gonna visible or not. Okay, so the data is kind of visible inside our list items. Now we need to like concentrate on the functionality of this delete button. Okay, so for that delete button we need to define another method that will be kind of like deleting this note, or we can say task. Okay, so for that I'm gonna define const. I'm kind of deleting a task, so I'm defining this method as delete task. I will be receiving the index so that I can simply remove that particular task or filter out our like to-do list. So for that filtering, I will simply use the like filter method. Inside this filter method, I will be receiving the item, I will be receiving the index, and I will just check that if index is not equals to the index that we have received in the delete task, we will filter out all the things. I will define the new list here, and I'll simply update this new list to our to-do list, and I think it should work. Okay, so I just need to pass this like delete task method with the like our list item. And I'll simply use this while I will click on this particular image, that is our like trash image, trash icon we can say. Or here I'm gonna use this props dot delete task, and inside this I'm gonna pass the index that I have received inside our properties. Okay, so now let's check if it's working or not. Okay, so I'm gonna click here and let's see if it's gonna delete or not. Okay, so it's kind of deleting absolutely fine. So I think this method delete task is kind of working absolutely fine. So here what I've done is like I just simply filtered out all the stuff that does not like belong to this index. So I just compared if the index is not equal to the index that we have given in the delete task, then we can keep that inside our new list and we will refresh the view as per our new list. So here you can see that if I'm having some kind of task, if I'm gonna delete this, then the refreshed list will not contain this particular task. Okay, so now we are done with this like delete functionality. Now what? Now next thing is like marking a task as the complete task. So for that what I wanna do is I wanna just add a method on clicking on the text, or we can say task text. Okay, so here I'm gonna define the method again, like simply similar to this delete task, but this time we will be having a method as mark complete, so that we can complete the particular indexed list item as like completed task. So for that, like this time what I will do, I will simply keep the list of this like to-do list. So I just copied this to-do list into my list, and for this list I will update the exact index. Okay, so as of now, like we are having only this description text that is kind of holding the description of that task. Now here we're gonna have our like another key that is complete, that will show that is this task completed or not. For the initial state, we're gonna have this key as false. Like initially our task will be in the like is complete will be false. So at the time like we are going to complete this task, we need to update this key that is like is complete to true. Okay, so once I've like kind of marked this is complete true for that particular index, what I need to do is I need to just update our like this again, update to do list with our new list. Okay, so here I need to call this particular method that is props dot. I need to pass this mark complete method inside our list item. Mark complete. Okay, so I can use this mark complete here, and I will again pass the index of that particular like list item. Now here we can have a look that we are working, the application is working fine or not. Like I'm having this Instagram kind of thing. I've just added this. Okay, so I need to check that if I click on this method, I'm gonna receive this like is complete true or not. For that I need to like jump onto my state thing. Okay, so here inside this component I can have the visualization of my state. So here is complete is false. Now I'm gonna click on this Instagram text. So boom guys, here you can see the is complete is like changed to true. So I think that like complete or task complete kind of thing is working. Now we just need to play around with the CSS. So for that like what I will do is like if my task has been completed, I will like strike through this text. Okay, so for that like I need to simplify this. Okay, for that what I will do, I will apply the dynamic classes. For dynamic classes I'm just gonna check that if inside this props and inside the item data, that is the data for this particular item in the list, and I'm gonna check the variable is complete. If this is true, then I need to apply a CSS, else I will not apply any CSS. So for that like I am having a CSS here that is task complete, that says that we need to apply a task decoration that is line through. So I'll simply add this CSS inside my CSS file, and here I need to apply that CSS if my task is complete. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, so kind of like our like conditional CSS is applying. Okay, so it's working fine. What I can do is like if I reselect this, then it needs to be removed. Like instead of hard coding this true thing, I need to like toggle this in between the list item. So let's see here, like if I'm clicking here, then I'm marking this is complete as true. Now if I click again on this same text, then it's gonna mark as false. Yeah, so I think it's kind of working absolutely fine. Like if I go inside the like inspect, and if I check about my component, and if I see inside this state, so here I can see that simply the is complete is kind of updating. And with this delete task I'm gonna remove this like particular list item. Okay, so it has been removed. Yeah, so I think we are done with the like managing the state part. Now what we can add into this application, like if I add anything and just hit enter without like clicking on this button, then we need to like have the callback on this method, that is add node. For that, what I will do is I will apply and like some kind of key listeners on this input. So I will apply a key listener on key down, and on this event I'm gonna call that like another method, that is like I will create another method as input key down. Okay, I think it should work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to define another method with this exact name, that is input key down. And inside this input key down, I'm gonna analyze if the like pressed key is kind of an enter key, then only I'm gonna update, or we can say call this add node method. For that, I'm gonna check here that if the event dot key code is equals to 13, then only I'm gonna call my method, that is add node. Okay, so let's see if it's going to work or not. I have saved my application. Okay, yeah, so guys, it's kind of working amazing. Like I'm gonna add here anything, and I will not click on that add button. Okay, and I will simply hit enter button, and it's like kind of added to my task list, or we can say to-do list. So I think we are almost done with this application. Now you can have like this application deployed onto the like simply onto GitHub. For that, you just need to add some simple things to your application so that you can have that React to-do list onto the GitHub pages. Okay, so for that, I'm gonna go inside my package.json file. I'll simply package.json file. I'll simply add my homepage URL with my repository name and my username. Yeah, here you can see that I have used my username and the repository that I am having onto the like GitHub. And another thing is like I need to add these test scripts here, so I'm going to use them here. So one is pre-deploy, another one is deploy. So this pre-deploy will build our application, and this will deploy our build folder to GitHub pages. Okay, so another thing is like I need to save this. I will open up another terminal, and here I'm gonna write that I need to save, or we can say install npm I. So I need to like install the dependency for GitHub pages, and I will save this inside my dev dependency of package.json file. So once it's done, like once it's kind of installed all the things for the GitHub pages, then only we can like try this npm run deploy, and our whole application will be deployed to this like GitHub pages. So yeah, I think it's almost done with all the things. Yeah, so if you guys like really enjoyed this video, or you guys had fun while developing this amazing application, that is React to-do list, So you can simply hit like button on this video. And if you are guys new to my channel, then please make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'm going to post multiple videos regarding the React projects. So yeah, thank you for watching this video guys. Thank you very much.